All right, in this video, we are going to target the community of Belmont, and you'll notice on my map here, just to show you where it is, if you're not that familiar with Calgary, maybe you're moving here. It is in the far southwest part of Calgary, and just so you know, everybody in Calgary tends to have the areas of the city that they prefer. And I'll just give you a couple of pros and cons to the north versus the south. The north, by the way, up here, you'll find that traffic actually is less congested. We actually have with Crowchild Trail, Stony Trail, Deerfoot, you got major routes getting around. It's just easy to get around. It's just less congestion. But you will find, here's some of the cons of being up north. The elevation is higher in the north, so you will find a little more wind depending on where you are, and you also get a little bit more snow in the winter. And also, as you get up to this area up here in the far north, this whole area, by the way, is prone to get a lot more storms in the summertime, thunderstorms especially, and hail has also been known. So this whole area up here in the northeast section is known for that. Now down in the south, you'll find that, yes, a little more congestion, but you'll notice that there are more parks in the south than in the north. And you'll find that you got Fish Creek Park right here, but there's just a lot more green space, and you'll also find that there's more amenities in the southwest. So that gives you a little bit of lay of the land. Now, as we just take a closer look here at Belmont, and this is going to be a really big community. So if you want a brand new home and you like being in the south part of the city, this is something to really consider, is to go down to Belmont and have a look. And I think you'll be pretty impressed. But you got to remember, this is the really early stages of Belmont. And as I shift over to this website right here, you'll see this is just doing a quick video of what kind of a landscape they're having here. They are doing a lot, and but it's going to take probably, I don't know, at least 10 years for this whole neighborhood to be developed. Now you'll find, as I go through the rest of this video, I'm walking you through in person, as I stood in the snowy cold weather of Belmont to give you more information about this particular area. But let me also premise this video by saying, if you have questions about this community or any other new community, just reach out to me, and I love hearing your comments, because everybody tends to look at things a little bit differently, so those comments are really valuable on my channel.
All right, well, we're standing in the heart of one of Calgary's newest communities. It's called Belmont. And there is a lot to talk about this community, because there's a whole lot going on. This community is going to be absolutely amazing. And I think if you are looking for a brand new community, this is definitely one you should consider. Now you'll notice the heart of this community, like in the middle, is this beautiful high-tech playground for the kids. And I have to tell you something, I don't think I've ever seen a playground as well designed as this one. It's absolutely huge, and there's so many cool things here. I think they made it very safe as well. So it's the latest and greatest of all the playgrounds. And they've made it in the heart of Belmont, and it goes on a long way. And you'll notice there is a lot of green space in Belmont, and they've done a great job of connecting all these pathways to be able to access this green space and bring the kids to the park, which means this is a very family-focused community. And what they've done here is they've started out by putting a lot of different kind of houses here and different kind of products. So you're meeting all the different price points. So new families that are maybe just starting out, that don't have big budgets, can get into this community. But you can also, if this is your second and third home, this is also a beautiful community for this. Some of the houses they've built, they got a mixture of everything. So if you want to get into a larger home with a front attached garage backing onto green space, you can do that in Belmont. If you want to get into a home that has a laneway home where you're having a back alley and a detached garage, you can do that here in Belmont too. Now you notice these homes are all backing onto green space, and this would be more what we consider the higher end homes for Belmont. But the good thing about Belmont is you're not going to break the bank getting in here. Most of these homes are all under $1 million, and there's product here starting in the 400s. So this is an affordable neighborhood. Now you'll notice that all of these homes are using the composite for the exterior, which is, I think, great, like the hardy board, which is a great product for Alberta because it does a great job withstanding all of the weather conditions. There's a little bit of stone on some of them, but mostly it's just hardy board. Durable product, but also makes it very affordable. So I think this neighborhood is going to be great, and I'll tell you, there's a lot of plans for this neighborhood. I mean, they want to put in a lot of different amenities in here. They're looking at maybe putting in a high school at some point, a community center. So they want to put, these communities are built so that when you come home from work and you have a family, there's still lots of things to do. The one thing that's really cool about what they've done here in Belmont is on this side of the street, you notice there's laneway houses, and these would be more what I would call the starter home. And I love the architecture. I mean, it's kind of cool. Every time builders do a new neighborhood, they change the architecture a little bit of the elevation. And they've done a nice job here with how they've created these homes, and they've made the architectural controls pretty cool because all the houses are a little bit different. But on this side, I've never seen this before, but we've got double car garage fronts along with single car garage fronts side by side. So a really good mix of different price points for people because you got some smaller homes with some bigger homes mixed in. So this really creates a lot of different price points and the ability for all kinds of different families to be able to get into these detached homes. And so in this street now, you'll notice that we've got attached properties here, and that's going to bring the price point down. So this is where it makes it a little bit more affordable. I really love how they've made the streets fairly wide here, and they've got trees in the middle of the median and trees also along the sidewalk. And that's going to really be nice as time goes by and these trees start to mature. Because, you know, that's one of the drawbacks of it being in a brand new neighborhood is there are no trees. But they did a great job here. You'll notice they've been planting trees all over, and I think that they're going to do a great job of having a lot of mature trees as this neighborhood starts to mature. But these attached properties, you know, they're great because the square footage on them is almost the same size, if not the same size, as a lot of the starter homes that are detached, but you don't have to pay as much money to get into them. All right, so now we're standing in front of townhouses. I'm going to tell you, townhouses are becoming extremely popular. And the reason why is, number one, they're affordable because you can get into townhouses, you know, like I said, in that low 400 price range into low 500 price range. But nice thing about townhouses is you walk up to your own door. They have a pretty decent sized square footage on them. A lot of them have basements. Many of them have garages. So they're the next best thing to either having a semi-detached or a detached house. So that's why it's become very popular. And of course, they're doing a great job in Belmont of putting a good mixture in of these townhouses where it's not too many, so you don't want like a crazy amount of high density, but you do want to have enough where you can attract these young families to be able to get in and be into an affordable neighborhood. And if you look over here, like these townhouses are pretty nice. I mean, they do have, you know, usually most of them have 3 stories. So that's why I said there's a lot of room to them, a lot of square footage. They are condominiums though, just keep that in mind. So you are gonna pay a condo fee, but the condo fees are generally pretty reasonable because all you're having to pay for is the exterior maintenance, snow removal, landscaping, and the insurance on the building. So it's affordable, but you'll never have to spend any money on the exterior. It's all covered by the condo board. All right, so here's our big sign, welcome to Belmont, and you notice there is 14 show homes that are actually available right now. So there's this is actually a really large area for Belmont. Like this community is going to be huge. And I can tell you they're going to be building in here for at least 10 years. So there is a lot of homes to build in here yet. So you're in the early stages of Belmont, which means there's not really much for amenities yet, but there's a lot of amenities coming in. But if you are getting in here early, Silverado has amenities. You can go over to Chaparral, there's amenities there. So there's other communities that are neighboring that do have a lot of amenities that you can get involved in. Now, that being said, I think this community right now does offer a lot, and especially if you get in early, because I think by the way things are looking, prices are only going to go up. But I want to give you some of the cons
for working with builders that you should be aware of. If you're going to build, you need to be very involved in your build. Take my advice on this. Don't just hire a builder and then ignore it and just wait for your property to be built. You have to be very involved. I have worked with a lot of buyers over the years and helped them build, and they were grateful that they actually brought me in on it. You should know that builders do with real estate agents like me, and they encourage us to bring clients to the builder. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but you can have somebody giving you advice that the builder may not give you. So even though there's good builders and they want to do a good job, you got to remember the builder doesn't work for you. I do. And that's something you should really consider when you go to build.
All right, so if you did like this video, it's been very helpful. Do me a favor and just like it, and of course you can subscribe because I do these videos all the time. Also, do me a really big favor. I love your comments, and if there's other communities that you'd like me to give you feedback on, let me know, or feel free to comment on what I just talked about when it comes to the community of Belmont. I'm going to keep doing more of these videos and visiting a number of different communities this year in 2024. So stay tuned on my channel because you're going to get access to a lot more of these brand new communities.